Okay, CLNV is starting to show some curious signals just like COSM did the previous time before it ran up in a very different way here. Let's go ahead and validate these signals now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again on this hump day. This is ARCa coming at you with a CLNV, technicals, raw price action, and statistical threat of analysis on this fine hump day Wednesday, which I already said. Anyway, before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Oh, guys, don't fall for those comments in the the comments below in here in YouTube. The text me and the WhatsApp me and the helplines, guys, that is not me, okay? Please do not fall for those scam artists, as they are there for literally one reason. They just want to take your cash and run, okay, and disappear. Don't let them take your cash. Do not fall for them, and by no means, okay, interact with them. All right, you guys, I will never message you first, but I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick before we began our analysis here. Okay, so we are looking at CLNV on the 3-day chart right over here, and this is the statistical side of the analysis. So we're going to start off, okay? This is volatility that you're looking at, represented by this indicator BBWP, and this is stochastic momentum, which is proprietary to TradingView software, okay? So the important signal here is that anytime that we have reached critical volatility within the 90 percentile and started a contraction phase towards the downside on volatility, alongside momentum making an upside, creating this oval here, the metrics have come back per a back test throughout the entire trading history of CLNV on the 3-day. The metrics have come back with a total iteration count of 10, okay, of which 7 were guessed correctly to the upside, giving us an averaged upside accuracy of 70%, with an averaged upside thrust of a massive 4,300% over the span of about 84 days, okay? So this is proof of work. What we have noticed here is that upon the firing of the signal, which could have been at the opening of this candle here, which was at about 3 cents, 3.74, you can see that I've taken a metric already, and we have moved about 120% of that 4,300% thus far. Okay, so the very curious thing here is that this 3-day candle iteration will be ending in about a day and 22 hours, so almost 2 days here. Okay, but it is still in the green and is still creating a higher low, okay? I understand that this price action right here is a series of lower highs, but it's still okay. All right, and the reason why I can say this is because the momentum is still suggesting that upside. We're still contracting on volatility and the following signs as well. Let's just go ahead and keep validating here, okay? So yesterday we talked about, well, for several days now, we have talked about the tri formation that we are currently writing, which is consistent of these right over here. I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. This is the first formation here, which is a large pennant coming from the coming from the targets down here of about 1 cent, 0.120 to be exact. This is the first formation and could be considered the master formation here. Okay, so now the second formation that I did notice is actually a bearish setup, and this is a rising wedge. Okay, the rising wedge is absolutely a bearish setup, but it is probably happening because it is in a validation phase, the entire price action, and it also could be in preparation for an upside. Why an upside? Well, within the last formation that I have to see here is this smaller pennant, okay? And the smaller pennant is actually right at that 80% or 85% completion, maybe even 90 arguably, right? So, and another thing is that we have now converted the outside of the larger pennant, We have converted the top side into a form of support ever so slightly. Okay, very important here. Since we are reaching the 70 or 65 to 70% of the master formation, there could be a break out of it very soon. We are also at that 85-90% of the completion from the pennant here, and also we are at about the 70 to 75% completion of the rising wedge. All of these percentages and completions to the apex are consistent with a breakout to the upside or to the downside. Okay, so now we have to validate which side we're going to go to. Okay, but just know that this is 100% a very complex breakout. Okay, you guys, so you can look at this pennant in several ways. You can actually see it from the upside and then a pennant being formed, or you can look at it in a smaller area. From this downside to this upside, here is the pennant. Okay, so this is very important, and you should just know that there are ways for us to look at the market. Okay, so the upside per the master formation takes us to a massive 30 cents, 29 cents to be exact. And now the breakout formation from this ridiculous cup and handle that I hate so much because it has such a terrible hit rate just so happens to have an objective price of 33 cents. Okay, so we have a lot of rhyming within that 30-cent area, as well as the 3.618, and also from our top side, and it would be test number 3 of the broadening ascending wedge. Test 1, 2, and number 3 would essentially be around that 29 to 30 cent area. So lots of rhyming happening there alongside the 3.618 Fibonacci retracement as well. Okay, so we have geometry giving us that 30 cent area. We have the formations giving us that 30 cent area. And I think let's just go ahead and take a look at the 4,300% to the upside. It is not 33 cents. It is actually $1.66. But please remember that these metrics are absolutely just statistics. They are not certainties. Okay, we must treat them as such and understand that there are several key resistances along the way up to that path of $1.66. Again, you guys, I am not saying that we're going to 166. I am just saying that per the back test of volatility versus momentum, the upside of 166 is where data is suggesting to go, for price action. So let's go ahead and move on to the last part of the analysis here, and the very last important part that is essentially the reason why we're continuing to the upside. 30-minute immediate short-term time frame making a very important cross of the 14-day simple moving average right here. And remember that the purple line is the RSI signal. We are now making that upside cross above it. Very good, and we are very close to approaching that gravitational zone, which would essentially catapult us to the upside. Okay, please remember also that the 30-minute is likely to live out fast. Okay, it's an immediate short-term time frame, and we should know that and treat it as such as well. Okay, so the buy hourly is suggesting upside, just like we said yesterday as we were approaching into that gravitational zone. We are just about a half a point away from that gravitational zone, and it would essentially take us to the upside as well. You can see that the 14-day ever so slightly is starting to correct to the upside. Very small pivot right where my cursor is, and now making a little bit of an upside, suggesting a continuation of it. Okay, so the 6-hour time frame is now making a very important bullish cross here, and that is above the 14-day simple moving average. And we are also on path, or in the path, to approaching to that very important gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, which would essentially take us into the next zone, which will be the bull strength. Okay, now the daily time frame has made that bullish cross that we were looking for, just like we said yesterday, and we are actually just about, oh my goodness, we are 0.2% away from the gravitational zone. We might as well be in it now, and this is suggesting a continuation of that upside. Okay, very good stuff. Let's look at the buy daily just for curiosity. Okay, buy daily suggesting that upside, now affecting, and also kind of pressuring that 14-day simple moving average to the upside as well. We are very much in that gravitational zone from the bull weakness percentile, suggesting a continuation and a push into that bull strength percentile. Okay, now the 3-day has made that important cross. Okay, look at this. We are now outside of the gravitational zone, so there is no danger to the downside, and you can see that the signal line has crossed that 14-day simple moving average on the 3-day time frame. Very important cross here. Let's go to the 5-day and take a look at what we have. 5-day is still having that upside continuation and absolutely outside of the gravitational zone, so we have no danger in the 5-day chart for a downside continuation just yet. Okay, so things are looking absolutely promising for CLNV thus far. Please know I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine. Okay, you guys, I am here to help. I want us to be able to be on the same page and look at the markets as creative as we can. All right, so if you are interested in trading like me or charting alongside me when we take a look at these daily videos, please refer to the links below to sign up for the TradingView software. Okay, if you do so, that would actually help my trading future out very, very much so. All right, you guys, but with that said, I wish you well and a very good night, and I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.